The fax machine lies dormant. You turn away from...
Oh, Prince. I'll be here if you require.
People don't always line up how you want them to. But don't worry. Look, I don't know how to ask this, but I need 100 soul before I can hand this over.
Funny. Didn't seem like he had any problems asking that.
I wouldn't be holding any steel if I was trying to shortchange you. I'm sorry, baby girl. It is what it is. You asked more nicely than I would. The meat was in the lot behind Mezquita al-Nur, a mosque in Old Viudas, way east. Tourists don't go there. Hell, most Portofirans don't. Poorer than the rest. Used to be butchers and livestock there. Slaughter lanes, lime tanks, cold rooms. Not a place for living these days. But people... The guy holding wasn't the guy selling. Wrong voice, wrong accent, wrong smell, you know. Doubt he had your order, so I walked.
Old Vuda shifted around him. There was a route traced for him, but he veered off. Around the corner, a car kept waiting. Engine ticking. In the trunk, carpet and old rope.
Yeah, I'm thinking so too. Paid off a logistics clerk down in Kizak. Works one of the port depots. Could open it for me. Few 100 soul for 20 minutes. Yeah.
He is lying to you, but not in the way you think. His night was worse than that. He took some genuine risks to get you this gun. He won't be able to resist seeing his baby girl throw a strop.
Everything okay over there? Come on, don't be like that, Habibti. I put my neck on the line.
That's it. Tie up the damsel in distress angle. It's his weak spot.
No, baby girl. It's not like that at all. You know this. Stop. Breaking my heart.
After a moment, his face drops as he realizes what he has to do.
Okay, you can have the gun. I'll have to do some extra deals or something.
Triple-stitched premium nylon. Expensive. Inside, a familiar sight. A Roram Mac 12B. Heavy-framed. Semi-automatic. Manufactured in Kino's Gambit. Slide coated in dark grey finish. Fixed barrels ported. Machined for high accuracy pressure. Next to the weapon, two 12-round magazines wrapped in waxed paper. The young man studies you. Not he came through.
Appreciate you. And I'm sorry about
The look of a kid pretending to be an adult in a room full of consequences.
I'm getting that sense. Yeah. So, you off, baby girl? Or you want to chat some more? You know I'm always here for you.
Now it's all done. Everything in him hopes that his concession will earn him a place in your heart.
With pleasure. All right. I'll be seeing you.
I'll print. Very well. Yes. What of him? What?
He doesn't at all align with the shadowy image of a Lusian secret policeman in her head.
Perhaps he's lying to make himself seem more important than... Being hated holds a certain power. Nesta knew that. The Lusians may well know it too. You? My goodness. This is why I had to ban him. He's a... Well, really, just the one young lady. I suppose it's a little odd he decided to photograph you. He usually seems rather singularly focused. Though you are rather the same type. Blonde, or rather dour. Anything is. Nothing, I'm afraid. I'll be here if you require.
The fax machine, image quality. You turn away.
Back again, are we? Awful. Still. Absolutely not. I can see the stress in your pores. I expect you to look effortless. I see it as essential to safeguarding Portofiran culture. Nothing less. You've seen what it's like out there, I'm sure. It's not perfect, but I'd say it's the only reason Lalus haven't drowned us in the detritus yet. These Lucian imports, they're not even culture. Culture has never been and cannot be state-directed.
It can, so long as the state is the architecture of the collective will. It has to come from inside. It's personal first.
Or any state, the ideology is irrelevant. Culture, authentic culture, emerges from the friction between the artist's hand and their chosen medium. And you too, why not? And them, and them, and them. Anything else is just logistics.
He circles you.
This look doesn't evoke much. This is what's there for you. Don't ruin it by slouching, yes? The side seams are offset to trace a clean line from hip to floor. If you scuff those on a curb, don't come back. It'll break my heart. Well then. Of course you will.
The squatters, did you get them out?
He swears softly. He nods at you.
Hey, you're back. Hey, you back?
You look up to the ceiling, glance around the walls and structural beams. You can see a crack all the way from the topmost light fixtures. The crack expands, wind into the rafters in a movement more like a thread in an old sweater than concrete. The crack reaches the rafters, shakes a hole in the ceiling, sharp.
I'm afraid of all that. It's a crumbling shithole, but it's been a crumbling shithole all my life. Hard to imagine the old communist headquarters.
Then fall it must. Nothing that cannot be radical can be called communist. This was the party line all along. And ghosts of bourgeois.
It doesn't. But why does the idea of losing it make me so sad?
Because it sings.
Portofino will be different without it. Maybe that's what the song's about. Or what our song should be about.
The building is a monument to failure, but also to the possibility that we might try at all.
Well said. When we record the headquarters song, then it will be about creating something new, not mourning something old.
But we have so much of the song. Let's play what we have just once. I want the building to hear it.
Ah, yes. Well, now I'm afraid I can't resist. Hit it, Dirk.
She hits play. Dust streams from the ceiling. The balcony quivers.
See? It's done.
Your lips move. Muscle memory. You know this song.
No way. What is it?
She flips the switch off. The building settles in silence. You stop trying to think. You just let yourself join in. Half-remembered lyrics, mumbled syllables. Novessa 81. Vodka, 3-day-old outfits, cigarettes. You all danced together to a half-broken speaker system in someone's kitchen. It was happiness. All the sweeter because it felt stolen. You know the words. You know the melody. It's a superblock pop song.
Wait, have I heard that before? Superblock Baby's an old pop song?
With alacrity.
This is gonna be the remix to end all remixes. Let's get out of here and get to work. I'll miss this place when it falls, but we're gonna make people dance on the rubble. Goodbye, and thank you.
It is sworn.
just to be sure. Are the squatters gone yet? Man, that's a relief. Whew. I'm not dealing with this. No way. They can send someone from the party alley beat to keep people out of here. I'm going back to the bazaar. Maurito will see you soon. Back on his own turf.
You pick up the payphone's handset. A dope.
People's Trade Bureau, Novesa's office. Go on. Fine. Fascinating. Leave him there. Please. Until next time.
The receiver clicks back into place. The Reno. You step away.
Evening. Mm-hmm. Just up to the usual. Drinking and eyeing me over when he thinks I'm not looking. Morose. I don't know. He's always like this. Never speaks to me, beyond ordering. Is he now? You took photos of us?
Through the cracks in her indifference, horror starts to leak out.
Bruno's not an asset. Whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. He's my boyfriend. Oh, fuck off. You know what? Your tab's closed. Go home. Maybe you should find a new place to drink. For a while, anyway.
You find yourself before the old Lusian Ginkgo. Time passes. No one takes note of you either. To wider Keysock, you're simply a middle-aged You let your vision decouple. Nothing much happens. Time passes, but you take no note of it. No one takes note of you either. To wider Keys, you let your vision decouple. Nothing much happens. The leaves, strangely, uphold party standard time. Reject, but time passes, but you take no note. No one takes note of you. You let your vision The trees sway. Time passes, but no one takes note of you. You let your vision. The trees. Time passes, but you take. No one takes note of. You let your vision The trees sway. Time passes, but you. No one takes note of. You let your vision The trees sway. Time passes. No one takes note of. You let your vision Nothing much happens. You leave the.
No flyers, no pamphlets, no gun. Well. Don't know what we'd do without you. Pick up your feet.
His half-hooded eyes struggle to locate your...
My kind. Too much. Mag. One from my... I know how it works, but still, on principle, I will prize them. Goodbye.
You return to the desk. ZWS. For Cascade. All will be forgiven. ZWS. For Cascade. You turn away from... Pseudopod's pants hang over the almost dead. Good start. You leave the trousers. The heifer coffee lady. Watchful eye. A part of you left behind, shining bright across the room. The bed looks cold and disheveled. You turn away. The stereo is right where you left. You step away. You return to the workbench. The instrument of death called... If only you knew how. You'll need to find schematics for...
Oh, it's you.
She produces a lovely little monkey from the stack.
Cute gift. Enjoy your nice little monkey. It's a carabinero outfit.
Swish of a dirty green cloak. Dust flies up after it, blinding you. When you can see clearly again, the man responsible has disappeared. The only carabinero you ever trusted. Vespas, also known to you as Virtue, your former asset and friend, now confirmed dead, mostly for associating with you.
That'd be illegal.
That's not a no.
Second-hand surplus warehouse in Lower Viudas was closing down a while back. Big clearance sale.
Still not a yes. She's nervous, looking away. Could get a discount.
Shit. Look, I have to make some profit. I can't go much lower than the listed price.
Nice.
The whole set's back here. Just let me know if you're interested. I guess I used to. Haven't had time lately. But I usually know when something's going on, even if I'm not gonna be there. There's a show somewhere in the Hill of Pigs tonight, but it's already sold out. Dead. Still a few maggots writhing around in the corpse, maybe, but...
A stolen keyboard watches the underside of the thief's bed.
10 or 15 years ago, there were feedback parties in the back.
Feedback parties. She must...
Now, if anybody plays around here at all, it's just covers of Lucy and stuff. Blood Golem?
Her voice explodes with enthusiasm. A register so long lost to her that it...
Of course I've heard of Blood Golem. I was at their last show here. Haven't thought about them in ages. It was at the War Drum in Party Alley. Demolished now. Used to be evil gigs in there. Shoulder to shoulder every night. Edge. Until the GMs came and shut the electricity off, nailed planks over the door, said there were noise complaints. Bullshit. It was a... But that night, the crowd turned up same as ever. We ripped off the planks and partied in a hollow shell. Blood Golem played their set on portable amps. Sounded like shit. Best show of my fucking life. I hope not. I'd rather it be gone for good. Otherwise, it's just a reminder that we surrender. I haven't thought about Blood Golem in... Yeah, alright. What takes your fancy?
The young woman discreetly hands you the Carabinero equipment.
You need anything else? Thanks for stopping.
I'm speaking of instant matter displacement, my friends. Communist metaphysics, whole wardrobes of disguises, secret arsenals, illicit pharmacies, all stored on a nominal plane. Accessible... Ah, Miss Wilk. Our favorite guest returns. We'll meet again.
Oh, it's you. What takes your fancy? Okay. Anything else? You need anything else? Thanks for stopping.
Miss Wilk, welcome back to the reality situation. We'll meet again. Miss Wilk, welcome back to the reality situation.
He is infringing on your sovereignty. Make him answer.
You don't, but this does.
Approximately the size of a large lemon, matte color. Appears to be a Dulceola F-33 hand grenade, designed for anti-personnel use in...
Take courage. This all made sense the first time.
blood surges through you as you pounce. There is no way back. A gurgling, gasping sound escapes from the bag as you squeeze the life from a human being. After several moments of thrashing and kicking, he falls. A sour body odor washes over you as you pull back the flap of his grey coat. From the inner pocket, a sliver of red glints in the light. The camera eyes watch your every move. As you rise from the still warm body, you catch flashes of yourself reflected in their convex lenses. The studio is silent except for the low-frequency hum of its countless monitors. Ahead, the electric hum and rhythmic clatter of an aerotram station. You alight the next aerotram.
Hey, bud. You look a bit pale, bud. What happened? Quite the heavy load for a staircase. But then again, you've humored me enough, bud. I'll spare you my ramblings. I'm just sorry the stairs didn't work for you. Keep you...
Cascade. Excellent idea, Cascade. Miho would assist you in completing the assignment. I would act as assignment lead for Miho, you would act as assignment lead for the opera, and therefore assignment lead for the assignment. We will never once speak of our collaboration. I don't.
Your former double looks beyond you and goes completely still for a long moment. A familiar tick, like he's caught a glimpse of an alternate future and can't look back.
Likely the assassination of a major political figure. Lucian, I would venture, one of their photocopied ministers. But I've already said too much.
Is he engaging in advanced cognitive maneuvers right now?
Good thing I brought all. There is my proposition. An interdepartmental collaboration. You join Miho as a temporary asset. Miho lends its full force to the opera.
Temporary asset? He has lost his mind. There is nothing temporary about Opera and Cascade.
All work and no play makes Melita see phallic objects everywhere. We're almost set. Of course, we can't kick off collaboration with our base of operations in such a state.
It seems largely fine.
So, here's my first directive, Special Asset. Get cleaning. On the contrary, the stakes are sky high, Cascade. And, as usual, as I said, impossible to commence operations overseas. Joylessly. I also considered suicide, but, you know, the sixth
time. Something really, 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 really ambiguous.
How many times has the opera presented homicide as suicide? It is very good to see you, Cascade. Oh, you know, Cascade.
He winces and presses an open palm against the right side.
Things on, and
It remains unclear what exactly is on in this gutted space pit.
speak freely, within reason. My take is that it's clearly not a conspiracy, just a barely concealed truth.
A nonchalant tone, disguising obsessive amounts of research.
Conceptually speaking, Luz's entire political history can be mapped across a unified cognitive plane. There are divergences, of course. Any mind will inevitably turn against itself, given enough time and ideas. But, broadly, it can be close-read as a unanimous cerebral process. Then don't be, Cascade. I'm sure Luz doesn't want anyone sold on it, if they can help it. Or, more correctly, if he can help it. I thought you might come around, Cascade.
Your former double reproduces the block of scuffed pages, from somewhere with...
As you've probably gathered from its aura, this is a thermobaric grade explosive document. Do not let it fall into the hands of its very subject. I don't care for meta-texts. Please make them quick and vague. Miho is all ears for intra-agency secrets. Miho will certainly take it into account.
Your former double stares at you.
It's an acronym? Very good. No. In this instance, hermetic bears a double meaning, both utterly sealed and in the tradition of occult science. That is probably the word I'm most proud of in the acronym. Thank you for highlighting it. I concur. By and large, I'm still a subscriber, but I saw something in it once. It had a glow. Then it lost it somewhere along the way. Please, Cascade. Next, you'll tell me you're an ultravioletta fan. The end of history is the only worthwhile tenet of communism remaining. History is not a linear march of fastidiously checked events. It is a fiction, edited and spliced by quick hands in back rooms. Better to end it. Roll credits, then smash the projector. Because we're spies. We can't change anything anyway. I was let in unawares, seduced by communist hermeneutics. I wouldn't be who I am if I hadn't once been a communist. But now that I am who I am, I can never be one again. In your own time.
A silver brick. Beneath the word Cosmo Comeda, a grinning cosmonaut. Vanguardia 79 claims the best futures are preserved. This one tossed in the corners, clotted beneath furniture. This is a man with a system, a tried and tested one. 5, to be precise, ever since the crew's blowout. You went east, he went south. Your former double glances back at you, pushes his glasses up his face, then turns away. The packet makes... The Russian pack crinkles as you turn it. This is not about cleaning. It is not even about this room. Of course, there is a room behind this one, locked within your former double's head. You'll need a key. He wants you to find something he cannot give you. It is disguised but not hidden, so probably something like That piece of paper right there. Maybe, or maybe you just missed it. This is not about cleaning. It is not even about this room. It is about that single slip of paper and whatever is written upon it. Even though Cosmo Comida claims to be the food of the future, small print on the packet, he's subsisting on these alone. There's a coil wired into the wall, fused to the socket with melted plastic and faith. That's where he eats, listening to current crackle overhead. Heat stamped in pale blue, weight, pack date. Precision engineered beyond the coasts, a triumph of international. The packet makes a light crack. A dark patch of glistening mold curls out from the base of the The mold has a vague and irregular shape, like black splotches of malignancy on an X-ray. Slime class, if you were to guess. Educated mold guess. Not really. Nothing observable, at least. Quiet calculations, chemical negotiation, 1,000 skinny antennas. The tendrils seem to favor seams and stress lines rather than smooth concrete. Yet fungus predates cities. The denser part sits low, where the floor dips slightly. From there, its growths fan out. Tucked into the upper corner, an old ventilation grill. Definitely came from there. It's just a little coward patch, nestled in the corner like it's hiding from you. You try to conjure up cross-sections and ductworks, but come up with nothing. It's not an infestation, just a lonely smudge of dark damp with zero ambitions. You turn away. The mold's tendrils rise gently as you approach. This needs a specialist, or at least someone specialist adjacent. A doctor might be a good first bet. You turn away from the mold. The Russian pack crinkles as you turn it over. He found himself a little world, newly terraformed. All his and no one else's. And the Operant Bureau forgets by design, especially in the after. You were a full world away, counting down days in cigarette stubs, a thick curtain drawn over Novessa. A familiar room, yes, but mentally, there's enough in this box for a month of austere survival. You pocket the freeze-dried rations.
Please, help yourself, Cascade. I don't know, Cascade. It still looks a little messy to me. Miho believes... I don't know, Cascade. It still looks a little messy to me.
He didn't choose this. If he had his way, he'd be 10 books deep in a dusty library. Someone must have ushered him in.
Of course. Plucked straight out of my college days. I studied modern languages initially, but swiftly, some claimed alarmingly swiftly, pivoted to new criticism in my second term. I soon became involved with the socialist poetry magazine Kleos as a regular contributor. The editor was a woman I admired quite...
There. How it so often goes. The emotional spell cast as...
Gifted. Curious. This editor was a communist, and upfront about it. What she was less upfront about was her covert role as an opera talent. She was well-versed in socialist hermeneutics, the literary application of materialism, and I was... So, eventually I dropped out of college and followed her to the superblock. And slowly, too slowly, realized that communists don't believe the world can or should change. And if you cannot...
He skipped over the part where he followed this woman to another country.
I'll be. Define thing. She was attractive, certainly. Of course she was. But I was in it for the intellectual stimulation.
His perfect memory is failing him here. Right at this critical moment, he followed his heart and dragged his mind along the...
I saw her again once, in Novessa, March 91. Just before we left for Portofino, by coincidence. She didn't recognize me, and I didn't even bother to correct her. I felt nothing, Cascade, for the world or for the cause.
Or for her.
But I have many happy memories of more idealistic times, and for those, I owe her a lot. Joylessly. Abortive dreams of space But all entry points are monitored, if that's what you mean. I have the description of every individual who has made it down here since my arrival. A composite of adventurous teenagers, the occasional vagrant seeking shelter from the cold. The only regular is the cardiovascular grandpa, who tries to stave off a fear of death by running up and down the stairs. I'm sure it doesn't help. This. I had to escape the Weeping Eye's blast radius, so I reckoned with our dismantling by going solo. I tried. That telephonic arch-narc gave me radio silence in return.
Whoa, easy. That nickname is offensive and unapproved.
You'd have to ask her, and then assume the opposite of whatever she tells you. Much too busy getting...
His skin has the color and consistency of chalk. Your former double gauges you. The right side of his face twitches.
When I was a child, I had a book about a monstrous dragon that lived in an ancient well and only emerged to devour rainbows. After I read that book 53.5 times. I don't know why that memory just came to me. Then again, I read...
That childhood book has a strange grip on him, even now.
The Dragon Without Color. And the dragon was called Zakura. Because I was an idiot 6-year-old who wanted to know why the dragon was eating rainbows. Through 53 retellings, I got no answer other than this. Some dragons are driven to devour rainbows, and halfway through the 54th analysis, it suddenly felt like the right time to move on to other material. Look around you, Cascade. Not many catch-ups going on 200 feet sub-terra. Siding with the enemy. Inevitable for someone like her. I can only imagine she's also gone full war crime denier. Fascinating. Wouldn't have thought she had it in her. Torture? So she says, I'm sure. And you can't verify this. You can only feel pride at your asset holding. What I'm hearing is that she should now be considered a potential enemy asset. You always were too naive when it came to kindred. Or maybe that's what he wants you to think. He's a cop, so inherently untrustworthy by nature. You may recall I objected to bringing a cop on board in the first place. Interesting persona, and in its own way, appropriate. Alive? I assumed he would have killed himself by now, given his condition. highly suspicious that he hasn't. That is quite the something, yes. Please make them quick. I concur. Miho believes in you.
A sheet of thick paper lies on the floor. Impossible consonant clusters assault your mind's ear. Milvorchskiva Osmoword. A cipher. Right now, operant, please. This kind of stagecraft takes application, a methodology. You can't just dash it off. Its secrets will keep. Almost certainly. One glance, and you know it is. You refold the paper and slip it into your pocket.
Well, the room situation is much improved, Cascade. Very clean. Fine job. Oh, yes. I'm afraid I can't elaborate on that right now, but please remind me to elaborate on it later. This is a case of non-elaboration, for the time being.
Your former double stares blankly at you, as if you never spoke at all.
A thorough clean will always turn up expected and completely mundane items. And coincidence is a story we tell ourselves.
He runs a smoothing hand across his hair. It springs back up, even more disarrayed than before.
Miho's counter-analysis is the finest in the hemisphere, but its stagecraft is amateur at present.
Your former double rubs his neck nonchalantly.
I've tolerated the cardiovascular grandpa too long. I should zero him out to fortify operational security.
Holocene unfolds his dressing gown, and then...
High time for another Cosmo ration. How many have I had today? It's hard to keep track sometimes, as they're so delicious. You have found an answer, Cascade. Is that an answer? I sense our collaboration is already off to a strong start. Now, please.
With a firm hand, he motions to the silo door and stares at it, unblinking.
Thank you for the feedback. Anything else before you jump? Go for it, Cascade. But please interact with any agency debris you've discovered far away. Miho believes.
Hey, bud.
You don't need his...
Failure waves. What are those? I'm sorry, bud. I have to say, you lost me. Keep you...
You're back. No. But you're on thin ice, alright? See you.
You're back again. Not this again. Did Aunt Carmuna put you up to this? My hands are tied. Legally. Pylons are out of my jurisdiction. The Guardia Municipals. Just Aero tram companies have their own branch of the Guardia. Anything higher than 6 meters? Good question. Really good question. She's been a warrior for as long as I've known her. Always some catastrophe. Carmuna and most of the older folks, they can't accept that things overall are all right. Look around. What do you make of the bazaar? The animal zone. Well, that is outside of my jurisdiction. Someone else can deal with that.
The officer looks into your eyes and finds the fear of you. The GM gives you the most An assortment of cargo crates sits in waiting. Amazing. You're not meant to be able. You step away. The desk is as you left it. You tap your fingertip across the dusty. You turn from the desk, back to the ransack. The desk is as you left it. You turn from the desk. The intercom glints in the shadow. The revealed intercom.
My God, the suit she's wearing. Those colors would kill a less financially secure woman. I don't think I should be alone right now.
A half-second glance. The wheel itself isn't distinct. The rest of the model train is still out there, somewhere. Find.
Still leaking. Shh. Good. I have enough to keep track of as it is.
Warily. Eyes closed, the young man remains lost in his erotic fantasy. Warily. Eyes closed, the young man remains lost in his erotic fantasy. Warily. Eyes closed, the young man remains lost in his erotic fantasy. Warily. Eyes closed, the young man remains lost in... He sees us coming. Gang, scatter. The young man gives you a sharp...
Stay back, vagrant. You'll not get the jump on me.
The way forward is obvious. Duchess surely knows what this gap is all about. Just a little gap talk between girls. Warily, the young man... Eyes closed, the young man remains lost in his erotic fantasy. Eyes closed, the young man remains lost in his erotic fantasy. We seize the unimpressive collection of limbs and retain Jism and twist him to face us. his face spotlit, quivering with terror and pleasure in an ever-shifting ratio.
What's happening?
An intervention. The reallocation of resources.
Oh God! This is it for Frederick, boy!
Witness his true form emerge. A spittle licker, specially bred to feel utter contempt for anyone below him, and pants sweat in fear of anyone above. He wavers back and forth between you and his precious receiver.
I have to go. There's someone from work here. I'm sorry. It was nice talking with you. You're from Interior Regulation. Is that it?
MTAR's personnel department, infamous for their hands-on approach. He thinks he's about to be dismissed. You're under no obligation to stop your opponent from making a mistake.
Oh God, I knew it! This is a performance review. What? This? No, it's just a means of stress relief. I've said nothing. Nothing. But if I could tell you, then I wouldn't be here. No one outside of global situations has any idea what goes into negotiations at this level. The advanced planning itself requires thousands of working proposals, counter-proposals, decision trees all mapped out.
He wipes a wet lock of hair from in front of his glasses. No gang for him, only work.
The gap. Luminous gap of unknown origin. The portal from which the Minister of Mass Culture himself will emerge.
So that's it. A gap in the Grand Lich's official itinerary. Unknown even to enter. Wide enough for a bullet to go through. Whatever takes place inside this gap, it'll almost certainly be after the ginkgo has shed its leaves.
No one on our side is permitted to know, except for my superior, but they're keeping this knowledge very close. Matsumoto ceased being my true superior when he abandoned me after that party. Since then, I've been unofficially reporting to someone else. The High Priestess of the Gap. I don't know her real name. To me, she's only Silhouette.
A cryptonym, meaning...
In the central plaza at Party Alley, there's a little two-seater bar, very easy to miss. She's there every night. That's where we perform our daily stand-ups. Does this mean you'll be giving me a good report to the Interior Regulation? That's what I want, of course.
The way he says it, he's not sure whether that's really true. A rivulet of blood emerges from his nostril. He wipes it away with his jacket sleeve.
You mean the gap? Within... Would you like some Nurofen? I don't think I need it all anymore. Amphetamines. I hope it helps you with your work. If you'll just let me say so good.
You've wrung what you need from this limp rag. Time to move. He turns back to the payphone and slowly picks up the...
Ah, I'm too useless to do anything else. See you around.
Opera Furiosa, a close read-in of the opera, looming behind the 862. Each page a wall of dense, precise text, locked in place with academic violence. Like any serious text, this is the thing we built while the true vision Chairman Kivy to the Unkurt National Party Congress. Strong opening hook. The impenetrable block of text shows no clear way in, no stepping stones towards legibility. Black box.
Numerous lines of inquiry, all of which, however, can be distilled down to a single question. To what can we attribute the Operant Bureau's relative lack of projection power compared to a... Put simply, why is the opera not mopping the floor with our so-called competition?
You flip a few dozen pages on, and
as though seeking to remake the agency in his own image, under Twichitov's leadership, the Operant Bureau transformed into an...
Roger Klaus Twichitov, Director General of the Operant Bureau from 58 until his untimely death in 87.
Opera? More like...
Ruthless critique is one thing, but that's just uncalled for.
All intrinsic to the self-propagating nature of containment mania. In layman's terms, if the opera were a human being, a psychiatrist would diagnose them as being addicted to self-sabotage, a true master of own goals. Internal opacity, even when necessary, devolves into bureaucracy with mathematical certainty. It follows that an agency run by a being such as Twichitov, a vision-bereft bureaucrat at heart, regardless of assent, would view ever-accumulating clearance levels, recursive encryptions, and sanctioned erasures as signs of progress. Unlike cancer, neurodegenerative disease, and rigor mortis, things that actually progress, they are, in truth and practice, portents of institutional paralysis. A development whose terminal stage is the adversary within. That is, a psychic limbo in which the operant is forced to treat all information, even
distrust as a replicating sickness. You land on a chapter titled The Torrent. This section, your skin prickles, caused by sudden...
Over their career, Operant, henceforth known as Operant C, demonstrated an innate faculty for the craft and tremendous capacity for leadership. Accordingly, the Operant Bureau tasked them with setting up...
He wrote a case study about you.
Operant C's talents, regrettably, are only matched by a tremendous capacity for self-sabotage. A chronic self-auditor, prone to bouts of guilt and melancholy. Operant C internalizes consequences drastically, at times anticipatorially, and resorts to endless confessions and apologies. Insulation from the radical necessity of change. A melancholic air of permanent regret, and an insistence on taking everything upon oneself alone. But Operant C was not alone. They had people beside them. I do not wish to indict a fellow operant, but to cement a larger point, one that affects all operants. The Operant Bureau itself is to blame for what I call professional deformations. Assignment failed. It couldn't help but fail. Assuming Operant C survived the collapse, she was duly remanded to Satellite Facility B, aka...
A sentence, unwritten yet palpable. I'd rather pick.
The ideal agency, one worthy of trust, could amplify competence and care for ailing pathologies. But here, what starts as aptitude or temperament quickly curdles. Let us give the opera credit where due, as it has mastered something, after all. Producing the long-term casualties that prop up its own structural monstrosity.
It folds. The weight of the thesis. It folds shut. Through it, a shadow text is fresh. This is an entirely different beast than the Rosetta Cipher pseudopod left you. An elite art form, a lesson from the old school of espionage. Bigrams, trigrams, character frequency, index of coincidence analysis, tables, tables, and more tables. A momentum is gained. Every new discovery facilitates the others. The letters give themselves up one by one. It induced a pleasant torpor in him to watch the hoe stiffen as his blood filled it, raising itself like the hackles on a frightened animal. Suddenly, however, he detected a sensation at first unexpected, then terrifying. Counterflow. A portion of his blood was swimming upstream, a swarm of red-black clotted eels trying desperately to remain inside of him. The answer is in the book. The text was only part of the cipher, the meta layer. It induced a pleasant torpor in him to watch the hoe stiffen as his blood filled it. Eerily familiar now, the text almost recites itself. The title unfurls in jagged crimson letters. The words jar a memory, Holocene engrossed within its pages. Maybe the only time he...
Science fiction as a genre is utterly misunderstood by the majority, Cascade. It often contains...
You recall a well-worn paperback copy undergoing torturous planar transformations as Holocene. A geometrically precise triangle was folded over on page 528, a couple of chapters from the end. He hopes so too. The book is 563 pages long, not including Lastra's notoriously indulgent appendix.
Cascade, stop. Don't overthink this. I'm not. This is just a real-time memory dissociation. You don't have to read the book. You just have to read the cipher. And that very particular chapter that the extract is from.
Of course. Reread the cipher, using the book as a new key.
Exactly. A cipher with soul.
Smart. About what you'd expect from the Pride of the Remembrancer division.
Also, Cascade, this is the easy part. Act accordingly.
291 characters divides into 3. So it's going to be something very simple.
Yes, Cascade, exactly that. This cipher is now wearing baby shoes. Find the chapter in the novel that the passage of text is from. Then consider the letters in groups of 3, let's say, triad. For each triad, take each letter's numbered position in the alphabet. The first is the page number, the second is the line number, and the third is the letter number. An example.
Why is he starting at the end? M is the 13th letter of the alphabet, B the 2nd, P the 16th, 13, 2, 16.
You already have. You are now replete with the requisite mind tools. Time to give this cipher what for.
Put them both together. Your former doubles carefully placed toward an ancient map to the catacombs of meaning. You look at the cipher and the book next to each other, one short and erratic, the other lengthy and consistent. The maelstrom of black markings feels like home now, almost cozy. You skim the book and find the relevant chapter, which turns out to be a particularly bloody scene deep in the Act 5 climax. Then, taking the first letter to be a page number, the second to be a line number, and the third to be a letter number. The first letter is I. The second letter is B. Oh no. Don't think yet. Just solve. I betrayed crew. Miho compromised from within. Director, Malafide until extraction. Beware, small controller. I'm sorry. You read the words again, then read them backwards for good measure. Your former double's intent is, but definitely more ominous. It can only be a fear of interception. One person is usually all it takes. Your eye catches again on the middle sentence. Director Malified until extraction. Malafide, bad faith. Standard espionage parlance for contaminated, compromised, or treacherous. Decidedly unstandard espionage parlance. Unknown for now. Something to beware. It must be an important part of the message. There is one other form of communication that traditionally ends in apology. So he claims. It also doesn't make sense. Carolina was the one who was uncovered in the Emter. If so, the board has reached its end state. The silo awaits. Your former double has some wild ideas he's about to hatch.
Hello, Lapinette.
She smiles, indicates the seat to her left.
Come, pretend to be real people with me for a while. Oui, bravo. Now.
She isn't remotely surprised or on edge. If there's such a thing as off-duty and...
Not one. Now sit down. No need for...
She leans into you. Your thighs touch on the bench.
Welcome. Let me introduce you to our barman, Diego.
Hello.
Not so fast, Diego. Let me also introduce you to the worst Calamanic ever put to glass. Diego's very bad at his job.
Your mother's standard loadout was also a Calamanic. You sip the Calamanic. It tastes exactly like a Calamanic.
Thank you, miss.
Incompetence, both of you. Nobody in this city respects a good thing. Now, Diego, please debase yourself further with 2 more Calamanics. Actually, no. You've done enough damage on that front. Just straight mezcal. Bring the bottle.
Coming up, miss.
Look what he's reduced us to, sharing a bottle like 2 doe-eyed secretaries. Socks.
Diego returns and deposits 2 tulip glasses.
Come, talk to me. This is our little space. Let's cast off these silly personas. No need for them here. Nobody. Same as you.
She drums her fingers on the bar, amused.
Then you're in the wrong line of work. It must be painful to still hold on to the fantasy of being... No more questions with no answers, please. Au contraire, you're supposed to remember it very well. And you'd have done the same to me. I hope you show me one day. I might even give you a little go on the pen. Already? So impatient. Fine. Pump me for information. But I want something in return. Oh, poor thing. Hurt feelings, is that it? Some of them felt good. I know it. You could teach Diego here how to make a proper... Or, if you'd like something less impossible, you could...
Deep tongue. According to her, the bartender's basically an unprogrammed augmentoid. Get in there and pilot him.
What money always wants. A stable business climate. Call it a hedge against a shift in market conditions. Right now, the Lusian stock is rising. But if that were to change, well, I am quite invested, Lapinette. Yes. You think Emter is some blank-faced monolith, but its secret genius has always been the fire screen between its many departments. Global situations, shadow banking, human capital. It ensures that we cover every side of every wager, even against ourselves. Of course not. It's a gamble. Like everything. Lapinette, it is high time to accept that this is the best of all possible worlds.
Her face adjusts, then sets. She believes this.
No cataclysmic wars, no mass death from famine or plague, an abundance of goods unknown to earlier forms of humanity. You expect the times you live in to give your existence meaning. Better to look inward.
She raises her glass and holds your...
To history, fondly remembered.
Get in his brain, yank his wires. There can't be more than 3 of them.
What? Oh!
The inside of his skull is sparse yet comfortable. A control panel arranged around a large leather recliner. Sparks of electricity drip from the ceiling. You mean Diego? Who knows? Get those buttons pressed. The leather envelops you, soft and well worn. It's janky, but it must work. Not pulling levers and shit. Mix and pour into what, you meat fucker? Get a glass. Diego watches, bemused, as his hand retrieves a glass from the bar.
Hello.
Is that you making him talk? Excellent.
The button opens a compartment in the console, from which emerges a long and complicated arm, unfolding like metal org. The words mezcal, lime, strawberry liqueur, and cherry. The buttons go down with a satisfying funk, funk, funk. You flip the switch marked eject. The chair propels you straight out the top of his skull.
Whoa! Sorry, missus. What happened? I'm very happy to hear that, miss.
Let me try that.
She reaches over and takes a sip of the calamanic, watching you all the while.
Ahaha, it actually tastes like a real calamanic. Not quite the best, but still, merci. The mysterious gap isn't that mysterious. The Grand Lich and his entourage will visit the Lusian war criminal shrine at the top of Portofino.
Execution site, marked, cordoned off with banishment seals. Fascism will bleed upon a monument to itself.
They call it a pilgrimage. I call it group masturbation. Either way, that is where Facundo Reyes will be. When he will be there, you'll have to...
Beside you, Diego puts down one glass and picks up another.
Probably to prevent the exact type of incident you have in mind.
Your controller needs to know about this.
I hope this was everything you hoped for. In another life, Lapinette.
The rain hits you as you depart. Bring... You pick up the payphone's handset. A dolphin emblem smiles at you, its eyes wide. You step away from... You pick up the payphone's handset. A dolphin emblem smiles at you, its eyes wide. There is no answer. The receiver clicks back into place. You step away from...
Bored? I say the same thing to you. What do you want? Oh, the sample? You must be out of your mind bringing that shit in here, woman. Get it out, and get out. And you bring it here. Here's my medical grade advice. Go back outside, curl up in a ditch, and wait for it to start giving you orders. In the meantime, get the fuck out of here. Ha! Nice try! You want to get in my good graces? There's a favor I need. Money is not everything in this world, Mama. It's a simple favor, really. You remember, we stole certain irreplaceable personal effects of mine. Bring them back, then we can talk business. A research-grade apparatus, used for advanced diagnostics. Very sophisticated. It should still be in its aluminum housing. Unless that institutional
The implication is that you'll know it when you see it. Extremely ominous.
I knew I could count on you!
2 words. Lab grade.
Hey. Sure you feel qualified to make that call? Delusional how? So? Oh, then he's up. Why don't you just go and wait with him? I'm sure the fungus will have you doing all sorts of fun chores together and do with it what you will. That's a trick question. Can't you tell? Not weird. It's typical female egotism. He's called Metagonza, and he's my assistant. Made to look like me in every way. I can't stand fucking jealousy like that. Anyway, he's tired now and needs to rest. Are we done? Real? Listen, sister. It was not the board that made me a dog. That's right. Age 12. He weighs me, counts my heartbeats, whatever. My mother cried and cried. Locked her. So I finally get to the priest. These people are fucking idiots! No. Surviving. And the young Gonza brought his fever down through hard science and... Yes, yes. Blind people often insist that every... Near all you want. You'll come crawling back with your tail between your legs the minute you need something discreetly amputated. Adios, patient.
You pick up the payphone's handset. A dolphin emblem smile.
People's Trade Bureau, Novesta's office. Until next time.
The receiver. You step away.
Oh, you're back. Right, that was you. I apologize. I was there for one of my regular consultations. That's terribly reductive. It's loosely tied to neuroeconomics, which study how the brain makes market-related decisions. The market is, for the most part, ruled by investment cycles. Your words mean nothing to me. We do. Which? There are no tricks to it. It's largely compound. Well, it's not very politic to say, but most people...
Factually untrue, as evidenced by his ilk's corpses not dangling from the city's lampposts.
Appropriate risk calculation, I'd say. To tell you the truth, my own impulse control, or lack thereof, has been a lifelong curse. Well, my business endeavors have succeeded because I've spent years fighting my own wiring. To not fall prey to market logic, but instead, bypass. Yes, a fascinating topic, and one. Be well.
The cleaning tuk-tuk with its soap bubbles and secrets seems almost prestigious now. Evidently, sterile, discreet, the tuk-tuk remains. You pick up the payphone's handset. A dolphin emblem smiles at you.
My agent of fortune returns. Happy Dante. Very good. Now tell me, what's it like? I want to feel like I'm there, looking at it with you. Weak as balls. At least tell me, has it still got its leaves? You're capable of that, right? Good. Good. That's what I needed. You mean Tesoro Buendia, the head of the Weeping Eye? Naturally, given his position. They represent different ministries with different prerogatives.
A cleavage you do well to remember.
Facundo and the Ministry of Mass Culture, however, take a different view. Yes, pray for quick death. Don't forget me, my dear.
The receiver clicks back into place. You step away. You pick up the payphone's handset. A dolphin emblem smiles at you. It's on. You step away from. Ahead, the electric hum and rhythmic. You alight the next aero tram to the city's outskirts.
Cascade, stop. Before you utter a word, be aware that anything you say in my presence, anything I hear, should be considered pre-intercepted. But
that explains communicating through cipher, though we may soon be rezoning the boundaries of explanation.
for the procedure, but say no more. Anything it hears may lessen my odds of survival.
I see you are well acquainted with this treacherous cranial entity that directs my movements, words, and thoughts.
Oh no. Oh no.
Couldn't agree more, Cascade. The instruction...
No irony here. No dress rehearsal either.
Identification, then extraction. We have one shot at this, Cascade. Steady hand, steadier mind. Let us roll indeed.
Upon the reflective surface of the table lie a sketchpad, a pen, a strange container. A regular pen, thick-nibbed and loaded with red ink, marked with the words entity. Designed to be taken into the far reaches by cosmonauts. Any alien life matter can be sealed inside and brought home. The world is contained in for you. The crank wheel features on the first page. The mere sight of Holoceno. A bare 14 words. Small controller inside. Locate the traitor within. The technique of seeing things with the mind which is spatially or temporarily remote. Close your eyes. Think of what you're trying to see, then draw what comes to you. Whether this will redeem you, the sketchpad ripples, despite the dark interior of your former double skull away.
This does not bode well for your future with Miho, Cascade.
Lives, oh mortal lives, expire.